Yo, we do have a new update today. Of course, lots of little goodies that came in here in regards to seasonal stuff as well as DQ5. I do want to just open up starting out the gate saying do the limited time urgent quest. Be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you very much. The limited time urgent quest is the MDFA Malignant Dark Falls Battle Battlefield Late Part 2. Do this because the drop pool in this thing is actually ridiculous. There's literally Gigas Maste in there. There's literally half an hour, not the materials, the actual augments. There are Gigas 4s in there. So Gigas Might, Gigas Technique, Gigas Range, 4s in there. There's DQ5 augments in there. Of course, wing yards drop in there. Do this. The fact that it's giving you actual Gigas Mastes, like not just the materials, actual Gigas Maste, and that's just that's just the highlights of the list. Obviously, there's more in here. Do this. If you see this urgent quest pop up, you should be trying to catch these because these are really just flat out good drops. A Gigas Maste by itself, just completely negating having to get the materials or having to do the dual quests, and they hand it to you. It seems like it's like almost a guaranteed drop, maybe. I've gotten one every single time. So if it's not a guaranteed drop, it's a very high drop rate. So it's like, and then half an hour as well to make Lux alpha analysis. I'm just saying, so right off the gate, make sure that you're doing that. Which brings you, of course, to the new augment, which is the Gran Gladia Soul, which has 4.75%. And this is, we talked about this a month ago, however long ago. We figured that, or I guess around the time Glenn against Mossy came out, which was over a month ago. So, we kind of figured that this would kind of be the next step here for the Gladia Soul, which is exactly what it is. Honestly, this really isn't too much of a hassle if you want to do this fight, or, if you need to build armors or weapons and stuff, because the augments are everywhere. The DQ5 augments, like I said, they're in the urgent quests, they're in the LTQ, and they're in the seasonal shop. Like, you should have zero issue. And like, dude, we've been having INES drop from everything lately. You probably have some INEA, high fix INEA sitting around. Use those. Easy peasy, dude. Like I'm not even gonna sit here and cover that for super long. Do remember, try to focus putting stuff on your units first, because at least you have multiple different weapons and stuff like that. And now, of course, some people might be scared because they might be like, well, what if they do the EX augment thing for the units in the future? Maybe they do in the future. If they do, it's definitely not going to be this month, so it'll be at least a month from now. Maybe they do, but maybe they don't. And even if they do, you can't live your life just, oh, what if they do this in the future, so I'm not going to do anything now? You have to embrace the moment, y'all. You have to learn to embrace the moments, embrace the now. If you keep waiting for the next thing you know, you're waiting forever. And then you just ruin your whole experience because they're like, oh, I'm waiting for the next set to come out to do this. Surely it will be soon. 5 months later, now instead you're 5 months in the hole. Now you're just not even enjoying the game because you're so far behind, and you're like, oh, well, I'm waiting on this. Well, I'm waiting on this. Why can't I do anything? I hate it. Oh, it's so annoying. I can't do anything because my gears is so. Well, stop waiting. Just say. So either way, but like I said, units is always kind of like the priority there. It's the best way to really maximize your flexibility when it comes to augmenting, right? So speaking of the seasonal shop, you're gonna come over here. She's looking very nice and pretty in her little sundress this time of the year. You know what I'm saying? Looking very lovely, looking very lovely. But you're going to have your usual assortment of things here within the seasonal shop. You have this new 9-star weapon. I'm not even going to talk about it. Don't worry about it unless you just unless you just don't have an Aerodem or a Wingard. You're only going to be killing seasonal mobs. It's not a great weapon unless it's just there if you need to use it. It's just there if you need to use it. It's not your option. If you have a Wingard, you have an Aerodem, it's over, then don't use it, please. But you'll find notable things such as the Gigas 4s in the seasonal shop, of course, the Defi 5s that I mentioned before. You'll find, of course, the tickets for the new scratch, amongst your normal assortment of things, trials and other augments and alpha reactors, the tech art customization discs, so all those things. And of course, you'll find master fragments in here, which of course we all love. Which then, of course, leads me to the limited tasks. So over here at the limited tasks, you're going to notice that we have an assortment of them, and you're going to see that some of them give in master cubes. Now, of course, we all know that I've completed my in master cubes. There are still 2, I think, that on the subsets that I still need, which is the force and the bouncer. Those 2 subsets aren't the 20s that I want, but otherwise, everything else is the exact subsets I want. Everything is fine. So just those 2 I'm still working on. But you'll see over here in the limited time tasks that we have a lot of a limited time task here, and a handful that give out the in master cube. We have 2 right here that you can see on the screen that give them out just for killing or, essentially earning seasonal points. So this is fairly easy, and this is for daily tasks as well. So keep that in mind. Always, try to max out those add-on skills. That's what you use in master cubes for. Max those babies out, get them at 20, because they do help tremendously. And then do keep in mind that we have some limited time title tasks here as well. Fairly easy ones to get, just mischief symbol, seasonal points, quests, as you can see on the screen here. So be sure to knock those out. There's a fairly easy, I shouldn't have to really describe those or anything. You'll pick up on those. Mischief symbols are just kind of around the world. You can find them in all regions, Halfa Lake and North Alio and stuff like that. So those are pretty easy. Your sensor will pick those things up. Hell, if there's not a map already out for you at this point, but your sensor will pick those things up, so it'll make it fairly easy to get. Now, do remember that the 10 a day free scratches are here right now, so that started as well. So be sure that you're logging on to take advantage of this, because you get 10 free scratches every day. As you can see on this loophole here, there's a lot of little preset items here that can help you out with fixing, as well as an assortment of items as they usually have when they do these. So this is a great incentive to be getting on to get these. So once it reaches 150, then that will be done with it. So it's 10 a day until you reach 150. So once you reach that 150, you're good to go. Don't have to worry about that anymore. But may as well knock it out the way sooner rather than later, instead of worrying about it, like, oh man, I gotta allocate this many days to get these 150 before the event ends. So just log on, knock it out, get it. It's real simple. Just log on, boom, you get 10 free pulls. Along with that scratch, of course, we have the summer scratch that came. Not really going to go over this because y'all know what it is. It's a summer scratch. There's going to be summer outfits in there. Going to be bikinis in there. There's going to be sundresses in there. There's going to be trunks in there. This is you've literally already seen this already. You've seen this already, so I'm not going to go over it. Which brings us lastly to the limited time quest. This has Griffin in it, which is the new boss. This guy is going to be very quick to run, this limited time quest. So this is a great option as well if you're just trying to spam this LTQ, because it really takes no time. And if you have a set group, a good group, then this thing takes no time at all, like 5 minutes, if that. If you have like a really strong, powerful group, then you can just zoom through this. So you could essentially just spam the hell out of this if you wanted to, and get seasonal points and get your dual quest augs in there, get your goodies in there, try to get your Wingard or whatever. So this is a great option as well. On top of course, if you're trying to get seasonal points in specific, then PSE is always a great option as well. Plus, you can make money by doing PSE, Meseta. So there's all these different options out there that you can really get. But this LTQ is definitely a great option that you can do because it's so quick. It's so absurdly quick. You just go in there, just killing stuff. It's very straightforward. So if you want to spend time investing into the LTQ, then that's an option. Otherwise, you can invest it elsewhere. There's plenty of other things that you can invest it in, whether that's DQ5, you want to build these augments, you want to sell these augments or use these augments, whether that's PSE farming, whether that's whatever. But nonetheless, that about wraps it up. I really wanted to touch on that first part, which was the urgent quest, because the items that drop from the urgent quest are just huge. So I really wanted to touch on that. That was like the main thing I really wanted to tell y'all about. Everything else is here, and we went over it. So be sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you're planning to run, or how you think about the new LTQ, or what you think about this or that. Remember, always cordial in the comments. We don't do that nonsense here. But we love to discuss, we love to talk, we love to disagree, as long as it's cordial, as long as it's respectful. So, like I said, be sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Much love. Spike content.